everybody, my name is Jake, and today I wanted to take a look at the Dorohedoro 1/12 scale Shin and Noi from Sentinel Toys. If you saw my review of Kaiman and Nikaido, who are in the back there, this one's going to be pretty similar because it's basically the exact same offering, or a very similar offering. I will say that Shin has some things that I like about him more than Kaiman, and he has some things that I like a little bit less. Right off the bat, we'll start with Noi, the statue here. You have to buy them together. Which is, again, disappointing because, just like Nikaido, Noi is really awesome, and Noi just kicks as much butt as Shin does, so not sure why she gets kind of relegated to being a statue. But, again, she is a great-looking statue. She's got really awesome wash right here on her bandages, give it some really great depth. Kind of like a metallic silvery hair, silvery blue hair. Great face sculpt there. Really cool detailing on the suit. Really great looking shoes. Treads. Just looks really good. Really great statue to have in the background. I guess while these two are fighting, or while everybody else is doing some action, they're just kind of standing there. Or maybe, maybe you just have all your guys on the shelf in kind of basic standing up poses, and that's fine too. This is going to be Shin. Absolutely awesome look here. Really loving the gloss on him. We all know Shin wears his mask backwards. Looks really good. His coat here is going to be like a soft plastic, so he does have some motion there, but maybe not as much as I would like. His suit looks good, just kind of a black, not maybe a little bit of shading, not too much from what I can see. And then his shoes look awesome. Although I believe they're supposed to be Nikes, but copyright and all that stuff. And then look at the little detailing on his fingers. You can see all the little sutures. Really, really looks good. As far as articulation, like I said, Shin is really close to Kaiman. He's got some really cool, really nice articulation. Arms go up, swivel, double jointed elbows that work pretty well. They even have like a little bit of a, I guess like an elbow pad to give him like a little bit more of a natural look. But again, just like Kaiman, they did not carry that through in the knees, so we'll see that's an issue in a second here. His tie, kind of got to pull it a little bit out the way if you want him to do an ab crunch. And you're not getting a lot of crunch there. I feel like most of that movement's coming from his waist. And then this is one of the problems that I kind of have with Shin, is that because this is it's a soft plastic, but it's still a plastic, and so if you do any kind of like bending or anything, that suit's actually kind of prohibiting a lot of movement. He can bend pretty far forward, but again, most of that's coming from his waist. Not a lot from the chest there, and again, backwards as well, but most of it's coming from his waist. He's got this chain, nice little chain. And then as far as leg articulation, he can do almost the splits, just like Kaiman. Thigh swivel. Pretty far back, and then almost 90 degrees forward. So you can really get him in some like good kicking poses and stuff if you wanted to. The knees, again, are going to be the issue here. They're just these big chunky knees. They're a little bit less egregious with him, I feel like, just because they're black. But still, if you want to have him in any kind of like jumping pose or maybe like air kicking pose, these big chunky black shiny knees are just gonna kind of ruin your day and ruin your appearance there. Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. But I mean, it looks pretty good in like some action-y poses. Shoes, they have pretty great range of movement, back, forward. They actually swivel a little bit easier than Kaiman's, and they swivel quite a bit. So you can get him in some like really low, wide poses here, if you wanted to. Oh, you know what? That didn't look that great. Maybe something like that. Yeah. All right. Head articulation is going to be kind of minimal. You can look up a little bit. That's more of like straightforward though, honestly. You can look down, left, right. The neck is staying in the same spot. It's just the head that's moving. A little bit less egregious on him than it was on Kaiman though. We have his hammer, his kind of like signature weapon there. And then let's take a look at their accessories. Just like Nikaido, Noi comes with an additional head. It's her masked head. Looks really sick. And you can even see her eyes, just like you could Kaiman's. Really cool. Awesome detail there. Definitely makes these guys worth the price a little bit more. And then Shin is going to come with 2 alternate heads. I guess this is one of the alternate heads because that's not what he wears in the package, but no, I couldn't resist having the heart mask on. He has this one as well. Another heart mask, but this one is ripped. And he's got like a yelling face. Looks absolutely awesome, in my opinion. And then, last but not least, he has his basic. Oh, hold on. Need to use some force to get this one on for some reason. He has his basic unmasked head. Looks pretty decent. Oh, there we go, finally. Looks pretty decent. They all have about the same range of motion there. They're all very similar shaped heads. And what really kind of like blew me away on this one, on this release, trying to get him to stand in a specific spot there, is because any of you guys who watched the show are like, where are his glasses? He's got glasses. They actually included 2 pieces of like really thinly machined metal glasses. They don't have lenses in them, but they're like really tiny, really thin metal. And there's only one in there right now because I have another one in my hand, but they slide on. They look really good. They look really, really fantastic. You know, glasses are really difficult at this scale, and oftentimes we just end up with either glasses being molded to the character's face, or we end up with these big, chunky, thick pieces of translucent plastic with like black rims painted on them, and they just look awful. I think these are the best glasses that I've ever seen at this scale. Absolutely fantastic idea, fantastic execution. Probably, honestly, my favorite thing about this figure. Because I think it's just such a novel, new, and interesting idea, and I hope other companies kind of, sorry about that. I hope other companies take heed and like see this figure and they're like, oh, that's how we do glasses now. Aside from that, they're kind of light on accessories. They don't really have much extra. Shin has his hammer, like I have right there. And then that's about it. They come with extra hands. So Shin is going to come with open palmed hands, like you can see here. Here's the other one. I mean, they're nothing special, not too different from each other. Let's see if I can get the focus there. There we go. Open hand. He has a pair of closed fists. And they're just very well detailed as well. All the hands are well detailed. And then he's got a pair of holding hands for his hammer. The one that's on his hand right now, his body right now, and then that one. Overall, pretty solid release. I think I like this one just a little bit more than Kaiman and Nikaido. Even though the jacket kind of holds him back a little bit more, I feel like he's got just some extra touches that make him really cool and really interesting. Now for size comparisons, I happen to have the same figures out that I did for the Kaiman and Nikaido review. So let's just go ahead and let's see how these guys stack up to each other. First off, we're gonna have Kaiman. I'm gonna put him maybe like right between Shin and Noi there. And then Nikaido is coming in just a little bit shorter than Shin. Oh, thought she was gonna fall. Child Figma. Jujutsu SH Figure Arts. Her name slips me. We'll throw a Mezco in there. Let's see. Captain America. And Deadpool. I don't think any of these guys are particularly too far out of scale with each other. It would look a little bit weird having Laid Back Camp here hanging out with Kaiman, but Kaiman again is 7 feet tall and she's probably what, 4 or 5 feet, 4.5, 5 feet. So I think you can fudge just about any of these guys working pretty well together. Otherwise, that's my review. I would say I would definitely recommend it if you're interested in Dorohedoro. I feel like these are the only figures that we're gonna get, so if you're interested in the show, if you want a little bit of merchandise, I say jump on them. Otherwise, if you wait too long, you're gonna be left in the dust, just like I was with those 1/12 scale or 1/6 scale figures. That's about it for my review. You guys have a good one.